Now let's focus on the JavaScript of this calculator. So let's go to the script. This is the script, and excuse me, I need to refresh. So the first lines of the script started with variable. The variables are declared. The variables that are needed are all the variables that are needed to make this calculator function properly. And after that comes the function. We have about 5 functions here. Now let's start by bringing the functions separate beside the calculator. We have this view state, calcul. So functions name can be just like variable, can be any names as long as it's not keyword JavaScript of JavaScript. The keyword of JavaScript. It will work. They will all work. So then view state, that's the one of the function. Actually this is the view state, this is the function, and these are the command statement that it contains. So now let's look at it in a clearer form. Yes, everything is being brought out here for proper view. So look at here, up here we have all our variables here. So the function of this view state is just written in such a way that it's inside the function we declare a variable named x, and x contain n is we have n1, n2, n3. These are variables. They are just the numbers. They are the variable that holds the first number, the second number, and the third one number, which contains the process, the calculation used to calculate the first number and the second number. So we have it here, first number here, and this is a JavaScript that tells the computer to put the second number down. This sign here is the one that form here, and this sp here means space, the one that gives space between this figure here and this sign. And all this here, HTML code are the one that result to the top border. The top border is the one that result to this upper line, and main line that it's a div with a solid 2-pixel line, and this code for color main black, and n3 is the one that put this here. So 1 plus 2 was the answer here, which is 3. And everything will not show up until this line. This is the very statement here of specialized command, and this view states that actually bring everything to the screen. It brings x to the screen. Remember, x is the summation of all these, the combination of these, and this very line here is on the screen. So this is get element by class name screen. So this element here, his name is belongs to, it's a class screen, and this area means it's referring to the first screen, the first class with the name screen. So inside it put x. This is the meaning of this in HTML. So that is about function. Now let's go to the next function, which is calcul. So now whenever this calcul works, is attached to all this button. Let's look at them in the HTML, in our HTML code. Here's that is. Can you see here? So we have on click calcul 1, calcul 2, calcul 3. So just take note of these numbers 1, 2, 3. So this function named calcul, it could have been a name like add figure or add number, but those numbers sounds mathematical, which can be confusing, so I name it Kaku, meaning that it can't carry any name you prefer. So, and this is parameter. Parameter 2 is just like a variable. It can be represented by any set of characters as long as that character is not a keyword of JavaScript. So, what is important there is this: whenever you want to use it, it must correspond. If you use X here, then here and here must be X for the proper effect. So, whenever a user press a key, the function Kaku will be triggered, and its whole function is to change the the, the variables, change variables, reset the variables, set them. So here, let me press, for instance, we press 6. This we check if this there's a another variable called load here that we set in the beginning. Remember load is being set to 0 here. So if load is less than 1, the n, whatever that is inside n, this part should be added to it. So when you press 6, n was empty, then 6 figure was added to it. Now if you press another figure, there is something we call concatenation in programming, meaning that if you press 6 and press 1, instead of the computer to add 6 plus 1, no, to become 7, the computer will just make it 61. So that's concatenating. That's the purpose of this very double quote you see here. So it's meant to treat them as string, as strange rather. So that's it. Just like saying 1 and 1 is equal to 11, 1 and 2 is 12. So just like that. And this now, if it is less than 1, this command will run. But if it is bigger than 1, if it is 1 or bigger than 1, if this condition is false, this will run, meaning that it will be added whenever you press here, it will be added to the numbers below here. So after all these functions, after all these command, this very conditional statement is being run. Okay, I think I need to say this. Whenever you use if in programming, it's called conditional statement. For people that's getting to know that for the first time. So then this function, after all these commands, go back to call view state. Just like you remember in the previous class, the purpose of view state is just to take all these variables and put them inside string according to the set of command that the view state is made up of. So that's about Kaku. Now let's go to the next. Okay, sino. So look at this function called sino. It could have been sign, but we have another variable that we call sign here. We already have a variable called sign. So if you use sign again to name a function, it gives error or won't stop functioning. The sign as a variable will lose its content. So that's why the name of this function is given sino. So what sino does is it takes a parameter. So all these sino, all these button in orange, they have different functions. Let's look at them here. If you see, can you see sign, meaning that this division is having this, that's forward slash, and this empty, this one is having C. But let's look at the sino. This one is having minus, and this one is having times, this one is having plus. So, and this is how we come across them. And if you click on any of the sino, it does two things. It sets the variable sign, give it the parameter, the value in the argument, pass it to the sign, and turn a conditional statement here, which if load is less than 1, then it's make it 1. and it's run view state, meaning that it's return the view state here to run view state. Do not forget the purpose of view state is to take whatever we have in our variable and print it on the screen. So all these other commands, all they do is whenever they do their whatever they have to do, they go and call view state. That's how we program this. So now let's go to the next, which is the equal sign. Equal sign, when you press equal sign, it gives the answer. And let's just do a demo. I press this seat, I clear everything. 6 plus 7, then I press equal sign, so it gives us that 13. This is the equal sign. This equals to run this EQ. So like I said earlier, a function can be given any name as long as it does not contradict with JavaScript keyword. So the keyword this equals to does nothing to the, so for this does nothing to the variable. It's only take the variable and convert it to a number. In case the purpose of this is in case if we make it like the way we accept input for user, if it accepts text, then use this number to take away all the text inside the variable. So if sign, do not forget the signer has already passed something, a content to sign. Now if this sign is equals to plus, take the number 1 and number 2 plus them. If it is forward slash, then divide them. If it is minus, minus. If it is plus, if it is times or x here. So asterisk is what to use for multiplication sign in programming. Most programming, asterisk is the one that's being used for multiplication sign. So that's it. So after all this process has been done, the equal sign call this command view state, which take everything to the screen. And we have this empty button. The last but not least, his own work is to clear the screen. Empty, which is this say it does clear the screen. Another you might have typed. So it's the only function here that does not call the view state, because it needs to go to the string direct. There are some things the view state does that we don't need whenever we call this function. So it will use whatever we have on the screen and to set all these variable to their previous form we have them in the beginning of the program. So that's how we have here, and hope to see you in the next class. Please have a beautiful day and night. Thank you.